What's happening, people? Welcome back to the channel. You got myself, Tommy. We got Bib, Akeem, and Saeed here with us as usual. What's happening, boys?
All good, man. All good. How's it all going?
All good, man. Just a week away. We're a week away until the league starts, man. How you feeling? Everyone excited?
It's come quick, you know. I'm
Yeah.
excited. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited. I'm very excited, but I'm thinking, wow, already a little bit like, didn't the World Cup just finish yesterday?
Yeah.
I'll say I'm excited, Jay, but the only me that feels like football will start off a bit slow this season, right? I just feel like it's not going to come with a bang.
What you think is going to start off slow, or what do you mean?
Yeah, like, as in, obviously, like, players have just come back the other day from the World Cup. I feel like it's going to start off slow, like, as in, there's not going to be, hopefully it'll be in 10 games, but I feel it's a bit slow.
Yeah, I agree. I already know for like the first 2-3 games, all the managers and the press conferences are going to be like, you know, like, we just need a bit of time to get a rhythm, time to get our players fit and stuff. So everyone's going to have the excuses. To be fair, I guess it's not really an excuse because it's kind of valid. But yeah, I agree with you. Like, everyone's just going to come with their reasons why they're not performing. And it's going to take like 5-6 games. Probably after the international break before everyone's really at their normal final form, pretty much.
Yeah. I suppose everyone's in the same boat, so there's no excuses in that sense. Obviously, some teams might not have as much players that have gone on international as others. That's just part and parcel of it. And some teams will obviously have bigger squads than others. So it's just the reality of things. I hope it doesn't start slow, because I think you might just end up getting punished for it, or it might cost you towards the end of the season if you do start off slow. But for the fan perspective, I hope it doesn't anyways. But we'll see how it goes. Look, firstly, people, before we get started, if you can please subscribe to the channel, turn on the like button. I mean, what is it? Turn on your notification, click the like button so you know whenever we upload, and comment, man. Let us get your thoughts on the transfer window so far. We only have a week left before the Premier League starts, which is next week Friday, right? And then we have the Community Shield on Sunday. So looking forward to that one. Look, because since Akeem is having issues, we was gonna start off with the Lewis-Skelly stuff, but let's just start off with Chelsea straight away. Abib, you Chelsea you've given but Man City or any suitors that want Enzo Fernández 24. What we currently have just under 24 hours. You have until Friday to put in a bid. I'm guessing they don't want it wrapped up. They just want them to make contact to show some sort of interest before tomorrow.
No, they want it wrapped up. So that's what they're saying is pay this money, no if, no buts, no candy, no nuts. It's like a release clause. Pay the 120.
Yeah.
Or stop wasting our time and pay it by Friday, or tough. And I like it, to be fair. I like it still because we gotta remember who's in the strong position. Enzo Fernández is on a death row contract, so he's not going anywhere anytime soon without Chelsea's permission. And also, I feel like I don't think he's desperate to go. I don't think he's like, I need to get out of here. I don't think it's like Julian Alvarez at Atletico Madrid, where I feel like he's desperate to go. I think he was, and then Real Madrid say, "Nah, mate, stop calling my number. I don't want anything to do with you, please." They had to put the public statement out. I think they probably even blocked his number or whatever. I think he was desperate to go to Madrid.
Yeah.
I think now it's like he wouldn't mind going, but he wouldn't mind staying. So if he doesn't mind staying, I think it's more the agents who are trying to get him the move, to get him the money and everything like that. I think that's what it is. So from a Chelsea point of view, if we're happy with the player, but we don't rate him highly enough for him to be untouchable, then we've got all the leverage. So it's simple, like pay the 120 million or go sign your Badudi guy, the 18-year-old Badudi, and play him in centre mid. Like, don't waste our time in it. So I'm liking it. And if I'm being honest, like, would I sell Enzo Fernández? I'm sorry, but he's not worth 120 million. If you'll give me 120 million for Enzo Fernández, yoink, I'm taking that. Give me that. Give me that. So, but also, I still think he's a good player. And I think he still has a lot to offer the team. Especially, like, I would love to see how he works with Xabi Alonso as well. I think he can help because I think they're somewhat similar. I think Xabi Alonso would know how to get the best of him, basically. I think he would know how to get the best of Enzo, which is why I'm actually surprised. I thought if he's not going to Madrid, I thought he'd want to stay and work under Alonso as well, but it doesn't seem like it, to be fair. So, yeah, no, I'd be happy to keep him, but for 120 million, yeah, no, I'm sorry, I can live without him. So, no, I'm calm. I like the way Chelsea are moving in the window. We've got our business done early. We're not getting played as mugs for players as well. We're getting rid of the players that we need to get rid of as well. So just from a purely transfer window sign, because obviously, like, there's one thing getting players in the transfer window. There's another thing performing on the pitch. That's two other things, but I haven't seen us on the pitch. All I can judge is the window. And by the window, it looks like we've done things well, to be fair. So I can't have any complaints.
Well, if let's just say they did pull the trigger, because for me personally, I like Enzo as well, but I'm not paying 120. So I don't think he's going to go anywhere, because I honestly don't think anyone is going to pay 120 unless if they're desperate. Man City, obviously, they might be desperate because they're just
City, man,
selling them.
160 for Elliot Anderson. Was it 130?
Yeah, they pay 116 for Elliot Anderson. They're going to sell Tijani. Bernardo Silva is gone. So they obviously need to revamp that midfield. So they might have no choice but to pay that money if they really want him. If he were to go, who comes and replace him? You will need a replacement, right?
Yeah, I think especially the fact that we sold what's his name? We sold Santos as well to United. I do think if we were to sell Enzo as well, we would be quite light, because the only midfielders we'd have be Caicedo, Lavia, who obviously you can't really trust his fitness like that. And then, who else? Dario Asugo, but he's not ready. We bought Valentin Barco from Strasbourg as well, but is he someone that you're going to hang your hat on and say, like, okay, cool, he's going to slot in and he's going to be our number one midfielder? Do you know what? Maybe she has to rely on Jordan Henderson. You know, it might just have to be Henderson pivot, Kai Senderson. That's better. Kai Senderson pivot. Nah, I think we'll probably bring someone in. It might
you bring someone in.
Alex Scott from Bournemouth, because we already put a bid in for him as well. He's the only person who I see realistically that we'd probably go and get. I don't really know who else is out there that's going to really... Yeah, all the other midfielders have already been bought, to be honest, so I don't really know who else we'd go and get. So I think it'd probably end up being Alex Scott, if anyone. But we'll have to wait and see.
So can I quickly ask you the question? What's the most you'll pay for Alex Scott?
I'll be brutally honest. I didn't watch Bournemouth that much last season, so I don't know how good or bad he really is. So I'm not really someone to judge, but I don't know what's reasonable. Like what even is reasonable in this transfer market, right? Like everybody's going for. I mean, Enzo Fernández is going for 120 million. So what is reasonable in this transfer market?
It is
probably. You're paying English tax as well. I'd say anything more than 70 is a bit crazy. Even 70 is crazy, but more than 70 is ludicrous.
Yeah. At this time of the season, I'll be surprised if they let him go for anything less than 70, 80.
That is the thing. But I swear he's only really had one good season, right?
What? Six good months? We won this season.
They see what? Yeah.
No, but he was like again. I haven't watched him that much, but they have talked to him. Like he has been on the list to watch. He has been in England set up as well. So at youth level and stuff like that. So yeah, I think like it's more than just 6 good months. Like let's not do that to him. But also like you're going to be paying for the potential behind him as well. So, but they were quoting 8 million at the beginning of the window anyway. So
yeah.
So yeah, it's not. I don't think it'll be anything less than that.
I think where they're slightly stuck in a hard place is because they really want to use him. They don't want to sell him. I think they made it clear they wanted to keep him using. They'll prefer to sell him next season, but the next season will only have a year left in his contract. So what they were trying to do is to get him to sign a new contract this summer, but he's rejected those contracts.
Yeah, because it's meant to be the same thing as Semenyo, innit? Where like
yeah, exactly. So what they were trying to do is get him to sign a new contract, and they'll give him a release clause like where they'll be able to release him for similar amount to like Semenyo, but he's rejected that. He's saying nah, he doesn't want it. So to be fair to him, he's in a good position. It's like he's at a good age, and you got to have confidence in yourself as well, really, because you probably feel like, look, I can go and do this again. So really and truly, it might be Bournemouth losing out, but at the same time,
anyone here rate him that's watched him? Because I haven't really watched him at all, to be fair.
I think he's a good player, but it's whether he's able to step up to that next level. It's not. Every time I've seen him, ever since he's been on like United's radar, a lot of teams' radar, I've watched him and I thought he's a good player. And I think there was one performance he put on a really good display at the Emirates when he scored that goal. It wasn't just that goal, but his performance that day as well was really good. But it's just those type of players he's got the quality as well. Is whether he's able to display that same level or even go higher just when you are a bigger club. So that I think that will be the question. And whether he's a good player or not, for me personally, I think he is. But can he display at a higher level? I think that will be the question.
Yeah. For 80 million plus, just run me my Kai Sanderson pivot. I just have to think for that.
Well, you know what? You're only saying that because if he ends up being good, you won't think about the money.
Yeah.
You only worry about it because of like the because of the price tag and because you, as you said, you haven't seen enough of him. And then especially if Man City gives you 120, do you think Bournemouth are just going to be sitting there?
Yeah.
And just allow you to take one of their best players for cheap, knowing that you just got 120 and you just paid how much did you just pay for Rodgers? 117 for Rodgers. Then they'll look at Fernández. Fernández went for 85 for West Ham. They just if you start looking at the market, the only person that done that the market right so far is Arsenal, and without they waited and they didn't budge, and they ended up getting Bruno for 75 million. So
that's still a lot, though.
No, don't smart. You said you do it right, but then you also by doing it, you missed out on Rodgers as well, doing it. So let's not.
No, I think they did it. Okay, I'm talking about in terms of like the price and the player. The price and the player, 75 million is about right for if you're he's better than these other guys that I don't know whether it's better to Tolani because I rate Tolani highly, but I think from what he displayed, he's better than Fernández that went for 85 million. Do you get what I mean?
My point is like, as in to say they've done the market, they've done right on that player, but to say they've done right in terms of the transfer market, you have to be seeing. Like,
okay, maybe I'll rephrase my sentences. I'll just say that transfer itself, not the market. We'll see. Yeah. We'll see how they get on in the rest of the market. Fair enough. But just talking on Arsenal, is there anything on Chelsea? Your left back is coming, right? He should. The deal already, right?
He's already signed. He's already done his little interview.
So really, truly, if Enzo doesn't leave, then you've completed all your signings. There's no stress. You're just sitting back and ready for the season. I suppose so.
It's just the outgoings because obviously the squad's still massive. Like there's still guys like the Lap, there's still like the Zazi, the Tosin, even Gusto. I don't know what's gonna happen.
One of them just got sent on loan to Napoli. Which one just got sent to Napoli today?
so many of them in it. Buddy Shill.
Yeah,
The quote unquote bomb. They haven't called it a bomb squad, but bomb squad basically.
okay.
Well, quick question. You might have answered this before, but are you happy with the keeper situation as well? Like, that's why you sold one of your keepers as well, isn't it? So is it just Sanchez and one of the youngsters, or?
Yeah, I'm happy with it. To be fair, I think I'm happy with what I've seen from Mike Penders. Apparently, he's meant to be like the next Courtois. He had a good season at Strasbourg as well, and I know Tommy's going to say never trust the keeper as well, but I don't think Sanchez was our biggest problem last season. So I'm happy knowing that he doesn't have loads of mistakes in him, but if he does, I think we've got a good enough person to come and step in if he does any dumbness, right? So for me, it's like I think Sanchez is good enough, like that top 4 level, and Penders is yet to be seen, but it seems like he's highly rated, right? So I'm happy enough to at least let's see how it plays out this season, and then maybe next season, if it's both of them are duds, then fair enough, go buy another keeper. But with the two together, maybe one on their own, maybe not, but with them together, I'm at least happy enough to give them 1 year and then see what happens next season.
I suppose you don't have that much game as well, so there's less game for him to F up in. That's a positive.
Yeah, yes, when you put it like that, yeah. Or you can put it the other way. If he messes up, there's less games to make up for it. So if your glass half full or empty.
Yeah, exactly. But let's just move on to Arsenal quickly. The news came out yesterday. It was Ben Jacobs that reported it, but he doubled down on it as well. Actually, I can't remember. I'm trying to find it while we're on here to find that tweet where he doubled down, where Arsenal was apparently. I don't know whether it's Arsenal, whether it's his agent, but the report was that you offered him out to Chelsea and Man United, and the fan base went crazy yesterday. You can tell the reaction weren't great. You didn't want him to go. What's your personal thought on
I don't understand why he went crazy though, because he's not going to play. So why are they going crazy?
That's what I wanted to ask. That's my next question. That's my next question. Why? I don't know what it is with like fan base and like youngsters that come through the academy. There's this obsession with them where I suppose those are the ones you want to do more. I mean, they're hoping that it does well, really. But as an Arsenal fan, what was your view on it? Why didn't you really want him to go, and why would you be upset if he does go?
Because the potential is there for everybody to see, and if you haven't been watching Myles Lewis-Skelly over the last 2 seasons, and you're telling me you don't see tremendous potential, then you're just a hitter at this point.
But is he better than Calafiori or Hincapié?
Not at left back, because that's not his natural position.
Is he better than Zubimendi, Guimaraes, or Rice?
At this moment in time, I would say there's certain aspects of his game that is just naturally better than Rice or Zubimendi, and even perhaps Bruno Guimaraes, and because he's so much younger, he has a lot of time to develop those natural traits that he possesses over them, and then the other aspects that he's lacking compared to them. Again, he's so much younger. He has a lot of time to develop those traits and become superior to those players. Selling this kid would be the dumbest thing my club could do, and I mean that wholeheartedly. We can't like there's some kids, there's some talents that come through where you could just see that they could possibly be a 1 club man, and he's one of those. I truly believe that. I see him as a future Arsenal captain. Sorry?
No, that's exactly what I was gonna say. Like, as in, that's why you want it. You got a connection with him because you can see like, wow, double down. You can be a future captain.
You see him as a future captain once. Like, imagine that this kid is 19. He's playing with Declan Rice, playing with Bruno Guimaraes, playing with Mikel Mourinho and Martin Zubimendi, World Cup winners, training day in, day out with them, like learning from them, sharpening his tools with them, and you want to now get rid of him. This is a kid that you can mold for the next 10, 15 years to now carry your club forward. It will be dumb for my football club to sell him. Absolutely dumb. So yeah, we were right to go up in to. I believe we would have righted. I believe the families would have righted because we've seen our club do dumb things. It's still actually Coach Sanders still burns us. It still burns us. He was a future Arsenal captain, and then look what he's gone. He went and won the league and Champions League with Chelsea. He should have done that with us. We've seen Van Persie go and win the league with Man United. We've seen Fabregas go and win the league with Barcelona, come back and win the league. Oh no, not another one.
I feel like this is different though because I feel like this is different because at those times, those guys were your best players. You're not selling him because he's your best player. You're selling him because he's surplus to requirements.
He's not surplus to requirements, and that's the thing. Because he can play now. While we're resting Rice, while we're resting Zubimendi, he can play in games where he could take a lot of heavy workload off of those guys.
To be fair, like last season there was an argument that Zubimendi should have been rested a lot of games and he should have came in. So to say surplus to requirements, I think kind of mad still.
Yeah, he's not surplus to requirements.
But the reality is though, it's easy to say that. I think in terms of all the qualities that you've just mentioned, is the manager going to use him? The question is the manager going to use him? Because it's as if like the manager didn't use him last season until he was actually forced to do that. You made Ethan sign a new contract and you didn't use him. This is like it's a repetition of the same thing. The only person that I feel like he's going to use is probably Downham. What's his name? Downham? Is that right? Downham, sorry. That's the one I feel.
And just to add to that as well, it's like, is he going to use him? Because he barely used him last season. And now with that same midfield, he's adding Guimaraes on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's even less potential minutes when he didn't even get that many last season anyway.
Cool. Now this comes down to the man to finish off. Now, how does he now manage the squad? How does he now manage the minutes and give Myles Lewis-Skelly competitive minutes to develop while still satisfying the desire for our senior players to start week in, week out? This is up to him. He needs to show his skills now.
But this isn't a charity, though. It's
been done before. I don't understand why people are questioning that. Pep Guardiola's done it. Like Luis Enrique's done it. Ferguson's done it. Mourinho, he's never done it with young players, but he's done it with a big squad. You get it? Ancelotti's done it. Like great managers have done this. Like it's not something that is unheard of or has never been done before. Like this manager now needs to, he needs to really show us. He's shown us he can win a league title. Thank you very much. Show us he can defend the league title and keep happy.
But what if his way of defending the league title is by doing the same thing he did to win it and keeps Kelly on the bench?
Hello.
Huh? Can you hear me?
Yeah, to be fair, like as in, I think Akeen's right. It's up to the manager to find a way around it to make sure.
Okay, yeah. Can you hear us?
You might be delayed, but I think Akeen's right in the sense of it's up to the manager to find a way. Like I can't imagine with Saka, for example. Now, like it's easy to say, like it's in Saka's captain and. Imagine 5 years ago them saying that they can sell Saka because there's no clear pathway for him to get into the team right now. You would say, like as in with hindsight, you would keep him and you would let him flourish into the player that he is now, kind of thing. I'm not saying they're similar, but I kind of see that pathway for Skelly as well. And it's a connection with the fan base that you like, as in, like, obviously they're connected to him. Obviously, like, I'm talking from footballing point of view, but from a selfish point of view, I want him to come to United. I want him to come to. I don't want him to be at Arsenal, if you get what I'm saying. But if it was one of my players that had that much potential, no, you have to find a way to get them in, and play and let them develop to be that talent they can be.
I think, but I hear what you're saying. But I think the thing with these young players nowadays is they don't like sitting on the bench, even if they're playing for, like, I say it time and time again. Like, if I'm 21 or 20, 19, 20, 21, I'm on the bench for United, Chelsea, Arsenal, wherever it is, bro, I'll be excited. You get what I mean? Knowing that I'll be trying to fight from. But the difference is these players don't like sitting on the bench anymore. We saw that example with with Kobe. I'm not saying Kobe shouldn't have been playing them, but it's just that's just how it is now. Even with Ethan as well. Yeah, he's got potential. We don't know what the height he might reach. We don't know yet, but we have seen evidence of the manager not using the potential. We have seen Ethan that was there that was forced to end up going out on loan despite him signing a new contract. The whole purpose of Ethan signing the new contract was for him to play. So it's been that the evidence is there that the manager hasn't utilized these players. And I don't know whether it's because he doesn't trust them. It might be different this time around.
Yeah.
Because he has won the league already. So now it might feel a bit more chilled and laid back to give them a try. You know what I'm saying? But going back to what Abib said, if he didn't use him when there was only Rice and Zubimendi, how's he going to get in there with Odegaard? I mean, Bruno Guimaraes in there now.
Also, the only thing I'll say to that is, well, look how many times that it was clear that Rice should have come off. It clear that Zubimendi should have come off. You said it so many times last season that the pitch, that doesn't make sense. But
I agree, that was the manager, but you guys are forgetting the manager even came out at the end of last season and stated that it was a mistake that he made and that he should have trusted Myles earlier and sooner. So I'm hoping that he understands and he's learned from that mistake.
Yeah. Whether it's like he manages minutes in games, like subbing him on when he should do, and then giving him like minutes to rest them and stuff like that. It don't need to be, and Myles needs to understand as well, like there's all these players here, so I need to find more into the team. It's not guaranteed that I'm gonna start. Like, if you get what I'm saying, like it has to be both sides. And if Myles can't get down with that, if Arteta can't get down, he has to play, then yeah, probably best that he does leave. But yeah, it has to be a both two-way thing, that one.
Yeah, look, Arsenal's playing more. They're going to play more than enough games this season for him to get games. How we didn't manage to get enough game last season, that shouldn't have happened. That's just
the manager for that.
That just shouldn't happen. They're going to play more than enough games this season. They went to the final for almost every single tournament that they were in. Do you know what I'm saying? So how he only started using them towards the latter stages when it was like 5-10 games left. That shouldn't have been the case. Do you know what I'm saying? So it shouldn't be the case. So it's just whether, I think the real question there is the manager going to utilize them or not? That's the real question. His potential, we don't know what the heights he can reach. We don't know that yet. Yes, he's a potential. For me personally, I think Ethan's probably got bigger heights than him. Personally, I'm not saying both of them are not good. I think Ethan probably, and maybe that's why Ethan's a bit more frustrated. And if you look at the players in Ethan's position, like Ethan can play on the right hand side, he can play on the 10 as well. He's probably thinking, yeah, they've been good, we won the league, but I can probably do a bit more in those positions than them, and I didn't really get given the chance. So
I think Ethan can play up front and play on the left as well. I think he's that good.
So we'll see, man. But look, the question I was going to ask, babe, would you take him?
Skelly. Do you know what? Yeah, I think sometimes it's so easy to say like you just want this player or that player without thinking about how they're going to fit. And the only reason why I say that is because we signed a player, Barco, from Strasbourg as well. And he's basically a similar profile to Skelly, where he can play left back and he can also play centre mid. And he was also very good at Strasbourg. So I'd rather I'd be more inclined to give him a chance and see how he does, rather than just stockpile players for the sake of stockpiling players just because that just doesn't help anything, right? Sometimes eat food at home instead of go to McDonald's every day, you know.
Yeah. What about you, Ty?
I'll take him. He doesn't fit the profile. Like we need some physical presence. We need like some height in the team and stuff like that. I'm talking about height and stuff like that. Yeah. So left back, centre mid, like he don't fit what we actually need. But I'll take him just for the sense, like, because then the thing I love about him the most is like his temperament on the pitch. Like when he played like the season before last, like as in there was a stage where he had this, he made a big mistake in a big game. I can't remember what it was. Next game, like it didn't happen. Brought the Ducks back. Last season, he had to come in after not playing for so long, and you couldn't even tell that. Like he was the best player in the for Arsenal in the Champions League final. So like that kind of temperament is what I love about him. So I'll definitely take him like, all day long. And yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. The last point I'm gonna really make on Myles Lewis-Skelly. The Champions League final, he was our best midfielder, best player. It was him and Gabriel for me as our best player, and to stand out against Vitinha, Fabio Ruiz, and that other guy. What's his name?
John Neves.
What's his name? Neves. Yeah, him. And to stand out, like he shone for me against them. He outshone Declan Rice, and to now try and discard him. He could be our version of Xavi Hernandez. He could be our version of him. No, I'm just saying our version. Not just like came through our academy all throughout his whole year. He's one club man till he retired and then went to Saudi. Like he could do that for us. And like to get rid of him would be real dumb. So
you'd rather sell, if you had a choice, you'd rather sell Zubimendi than Skelly.
Yeah.
I don't understand why you need to sell any of them.
Literally. You only need to sell none of them.
You've only got three in that position. Unless Odegaard can play Odegaard can play in the pivot as well if you want to play two.
And Marino, and Mikel Marino.
Oh yeah, and you got Mikel Marino. I forgot about that.
The only other thing I would say as well is like the finances involved in it. Like as in, what would you sell him for about 45 mil this season?
That's ridiculous. Oh my god.
Okay, 45, 50. It's not going to be anything mad, right? Let me just make this point, Akeem. Yeah, like what you value him and what they'll probably sell him at are going to do different things, right? They're not going to say, if they hold on to him, like his potential can mean that he will be like a 80, 100 million pound player. If they don't, if they hold on to him and he don't full potential, you can probably still get 30 million from him anyway. So sell him now. For me, if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't want to sell him. And that 30 million still represents pure profit if it goes down to 30 million. So it doesn't, like, as in finance-wise, I don't think it makes sense to sell him either. So it's not even about pure profit, let's get in now. I wouldn't say sell him.
If the club was dumb enough to sell him, our starting price should be 200 million. Our starting price should be 200 million. And anybody who's coming to bid, they should start at 125, 130 million. And then we negotiate from there. It's within that price range. And I'm not being ridiculous. Because I'm not. Because if Morgan Rogers could go for 117 million and Elliot Anderson could go for 116 million. Listen to me.
Can I
finish?
Yeah.
Myles Lewis-Skelly, back-to-back seasons in the Premier League. He's performed as a left back in the Premier League. Can I finish? Played all the way up to the Champions League semi-final. Played against the best team in Europe. Still played well in both games in the semi-final. Has more Champions League experience than both Morgan Rogers and Elliot Anderson combined. Yeah, is a Premier League winner.
I'm glad your thing is freezing.
My boy. Go on, sorry. Keep going, sorry.
I'm glad your thing froze, Akeem, because They must hear what you're saying and thinking this is ridiculous, bro. What are you talking
But
about, bro?
I have a
I don't
question. then.
care. I don't care.
If Myles Lewis-Skelly is worth 200 million, right? Like we all agree he is. So what's the starting? What's the
You
starting
just got
price?
saying that, bro, because it's just making me laugh, bro.
What's the starting price for Nico O'Reilly? He took his chain and went to the World Cup. 300 mil. 300 mil for Nico O'Reilly.
Nico O'Reilly played at left back.
But he's a midfielder.
Nico O'Reilly played at left back, Ruben. Like
But
my
he's a
man's a
midfielder by
central
trade.
midfielder. He's a central midfielder, and he's a central yeah. But Nico O'Reilly played at left back, right?
But he's a central
Correct.
midfielder by trade,
Did
right?
he
So
not?
he can do both.
Understood. But did Nico
Okay,
O'Reilly
so
go
this
as a
Skelly-
left back or as a central midfielder?
So if Skelly can play
Okay,
midfield,
right,
then-
cool.
So Kobe Mainu costs what 400, right? Because he went to the World
Did
Cup.
Kobe Mainu
He's a
play?
midfielder.
I don't know what your argument would be.
Has Kobe Mainu won a league? Has Kobe Mainu won
Man,
a league title?
But can I ask you a question? How did you win that league
Huh?
title? How
Can
did
you answer
win
that question,
title?
please? Can you answer that question with him in the squad?
Skelly was on the
With him in the
bench.
squad. Yeah?
Okay, maybe if I had Skelly
He
handing
was
out
in
the
the squad.
towels to all our starting lineup
He
as
was in the
well.
squad. He was in
If
the
Skelly was
squad.
handing
He
out
was in the
Lucas
squad.
to Chelsea players, we would have won
Okay,
the
all right. No. All right, cool. Habib. Can you justify spending 117?
You know, I think you cut 170 million on who?
He's probably talking about Rogers,
Oh,
isn't it?
117 on Rodgers.
On Morgan Rogers?
Well, he's worth more
Can
than
you justify?
he's worth more than Myles Lewis-Skelly, that's for sure. You telling me Skelly's worth more than Rodgers?
Okay,
No way.
Premier League winner, Champions League winner, Champions League runner-up. Yeah, outstanding in the Champions League final. Yeah, no. Bro, he's a Premier League
Let's
winner.
move on, man, because
Let's move on.
what you're saying right now is going through one ear, going out the other, bro.
If you don't want to buy him, you start 120. We start
You can keep him.
200, and we meet in the middle.
Keep your 200 million bench player in your team.
Let me play Henderson. It's all right. You keep him. I'll play
Keep him, man. Keep him. Keep 200 million worth of bench play. Keep it 200.
Henderson's a Premier League winner as well, so you should go for 500.
Keep him, man. Keep him, man. Don't.
Henderson's old. He's about to retire.
You know, I'll quit this guy.
I'll stay there with my.
The problem is, as soon as he makes one mistake, next season, I would love to see your tone, bro. I would love to see your tone.
Yeah. I'll give him stick. Of course. I'm going to give him stick like I give everybody else.
Mistakes, though. He's learning his trade.
Yeah, you think I don't criticize? I criticize Declan Rice, don't I? I criticize Saka, don't I?
No way. Anyway, keep your 200 million player. Keep your 200 million player.
Thank you. We will.
Make sure he sits on the bench well.
Your 200 million bench.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Then it might as well be managing a game with Arteta at this point.
Yeah. You lot wish you lot had allowed it.
No, I'm all right. I'll be honest with you, bro. I'll just take him an additional body. Because I'm not saying we're relying on potential, bro. How many potential do we want to rely on, bro? I want someone that's ready to play football. And I can't, and I'm not sure
he's ready to play football now.
No wonder you're playing. If he's ready, why are you guys not playing him then?
Because we're going for the league. We're not relying on teenagers to go for the league.
No, here we go. All right, that's fine. All right, just keep him anyway. Enjoy him.
Yeah, we will.
Enjoy him. We're going for the league, Mr. League Man. Anyway, so let's move on.
He's not going to go for the league. Wow.
Oh. Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy yourself. Nothing I can say. Enjoy yourself. Nothing I can say.
You have to do a back-to-back to come to this table, mate. To come to this table.
No, to be fair to them, they're the team, innit? Can't we say anything to them?
They're the team, but before you start that conversation, you have to do back-to-back before you can come talk to any of us, to be fair.
No.
Let them enjoy themselves, man.
Well, you're going like we don't have it in our history. We've got back-to-back in our history. We've got 3 in a row in our history. Like, talk about, please, man.
Were you born for that?
Arsenal.
Well, you boom, bro, for that. Stop all this when you go in our street, bro.
It's
Get
still,
out of here, man.
it's
You
still,
don't know what's
what does it
happening,
matter
bro.
whether I was born or not?
You don't boom, bro. No one's born here for that, bro.
Let's move on anyway. We could be here
move
all
on.
night.
Don't start bringing up that.
We could be here all night. We could be here all
The
night.
times that we don't know about, bro. About it's how confident we're saying it as well. But after he
Oh,
did
what
some,
does it matter? It's still powerful. It's still valid. Well, is it not valid though? Is it not valid?
bro?
Well, hold on, tell me, is it not valid?
It's talking Premier League.
Is it not
It's
valid?
valid for the Premier League. It's not. It's not valid for the Premier League.
So your club's history is not valid.
Premier League. I'm talking about Premier League. I'm talking about Premier League. Have you done back to back in the Premier League? Yes or no?
No, we haven't. No, we haven't.
Thank you.
No, we
Thank
haven't.
you.
But we can still
Otherwise,
talk to anyone.
a bigger club in Europe than you, so let's just chill, bro. Let's just chill.
Thank you. That's why I got.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them.
Good for them. All that man there.
All right. Just the last bit. Simon, what are you saying about United? Still no signing. Still no signs of us like bringing someone in. Are you worried?
Worry's not the right words, but like as in, I feel like they need to they need to use the preseason to see what's glaring, like as in to see that we do need more signings. I would say like as in I don't like the fact that Mason Mount got injured, but it just highlights the fact he can get injured. Don't rely on him throughout the season. Again, like as in, we have been scoring goals, we haven't scored enough goals, so like as in we do need a backup striker basically. Benjamin is back in, well, he's back in on the pitch on that, but he can get injured again, and like we're going to be patching up the issue there. If you get what I'm saying, innit? We do need a someone that can come and deputise for him when he's not around. And then like as in again, Luke Shaw's played most of pre-season. Like as in we're not going to allow him throughout the whole season as well. So I think they're the three positions that we kind of do need to address. Two out of three positions, I think, might get us over the line for now until January. But we definitely need to do some business. And the noise is coming out. The right noise, type of noise is coming out, but there's just been no movement, no solid transfer news incoming. So that's what the worrying thing. Obviously, with the outgoings, well, I know the outgoings is kind of important for that kind of activity. So I would have loved, like, for example, Xerxes to have been sold off to Italy by now, but that's stalling. It's not as solid as it was like last week. We did sell our keeper Vitek for like 15 mil, but apart from that, like, as in, don't seem like there's much more activity with the outgoings. So yeah, like that's probably what is as worrying, because we needed some outgoings to fund the incoming. Sorry, so yeah. We definitely need two out of three positions to be addressed at the very least for us to have a decent season, in my opinion. So yeah, we just need to get cracking. Yeah. Obviously, it's always nice as well, like as in to have had those people like Santos right now. Look how well he's integrated into the team, because he's had a pre-season. Anyone we get is going to have to try and get up to speed, get to know the players and stuff like that. Especially a striker, you need someone to train with the lads first and foremost. So someone can't just come in and hit the ground running or be rare, let's say. So we should have done something like that quite a while ago. So yeah, that's.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much in the same boat as you. I'm not worried, I wouldn't say, because I would wait until the end of the transfer window. If you don't bring in nothing, then that's when there will be a problem. For now, and just analysing our first 5 games, I do think we have enough to start the season right now. Touch wood, no one gets injured, but as you said, all it takes is for one player to get injured, just for them to realise that we're short on numbers. But for now, I think we're ready to start the season. We've got one more pre-season game against AC Milan. Hopefully, they can get through that game without no injury. There's still a few players that haven't got a game yet in pre-season. Sesko hasn't got a game. De Ligt hasn't got a game. He's just coming back. I don't think we probably won't see De Ligt until October, I reckon. Although he's back in training, but we probably won't see him until October. The centre-back position, I'm still worried, because individually they're all okay, but there's a lapse of concentration every now and then from these players, especially the young ones with Euro and Aiden Evan. And the fullback position, I don't really care which one it is, left back or right back. We need to bring someone in there. And then midfield, we still need one more midfielder, and then we still need a backup. I suppose they're not going to get a backup striker unless if Zirkzee leaves. So I think those are the areas that we need to improve before the transfer close.
Would you be happy with Zirkzee as a backup striker though? Like, as in, I'm not sure. Like,
I wouldn't. I like Zirkzee a lot. Don't get me wrong, but I just think it's not. It's just not. I think he's proven that he's not the right. I know he's scoring goals pre-season, but I'm not buying into that. But I think we need someone that can challenge Sesko. I don't really want Sesko. The ideal striker for me will be Ollie Watkins, but I don't think we'll be able to get them. It will be ideal to get someone like Ollie Watkins. If they sell Ollie Watkins for like 40, 45 million, I won't take him right now.
Just
that would be ideal. Huh?
It's too hard to get him.
Yeah, we won't be able to afford him.
No, what about Victor Osimhen?
Yeah, we won't be able to afford him.
Oh, yeah, you reckon? What do you mean?
So Victor Osimhen is on like 15 million net and is not going to take less than that.
Okay, wages.
15 million net, I think, was it 12? 12 or 30 million net. And I think it roughly will work out to be like 500k a week or something like that.
Just to play devil's advocate.
Huh?
Go on, say.
No, but I think what people don't understand in Turkey is that the footballers get a special condition with tax. They only pay 20%.
The population must be livid with that, by the way.
Yeah.
So something is still something, like, as in that kind of money is still something, though.
But it's just the fact that it's only for the footballers. You're thinking these guys get so much money.
I don't know whether it's just for footballers, but I know for certain professions you get there's certain conditions, and footballers are one of them.
I'd be livid.
Yeah.
But do you not think, just to play devil's advocate though, because you could have Cunha played up front for Brazil, Rashford played up top in the past, and Rumours played up top in the past. Do you not think that's enough cover?
Yeah, look, we've got options. Don't get me wrong. I know we've got options. Cunha, I mean, and Burma looks very good up there whenever he plays up there. You think he's a striker.
He went for a dry spell though, isn't it? And like it's hard for him to, he went for a dry spell, and it's hard for him to hit the to hit the target at all. Like, as in, there were some sitters he missed, and like I do like him. Don't get it twisted. I do like him filling in, but like I feel like we need someone that is just focused on like holding. I like Mbeumo. So even if Mbeumo plays up there, I think we definitely do have the option. So that's why I don't think a forward line for me personally won't be the priority. I think it'll be the central midfield and the fullback area should be priority for us. That extra attacker or striker should be the last option in terms of the last transfer for me personally. I don't know what, because I like our forward line. I like our attackers. We have Sesko, we have Ahmad and Mbeumo. Then we have Cunha, as you said, and Rashford. Them guys, Rashford can play in the middle if you want. Cunha can play in the middle if you want. And Mbeumo, all of them can play across the line as well, apart from Sesko. Sesko is probably the only one that can't play across the line. So I like the fact that we're quite fluid in the attacking position. So that wouldn't be, but the extra striker is needed because I just don't want, because ideally, if Sesko's struggling, you want to bring a striker that can potentially cause a different type of problem. Zirkzee doesn't do that for us. That's the only thing. So that's why Zirkzee, I think we need to replace him. I think Zirkzee can only do well if you're playing with two up top. Personally, I think playing him as a lone striker or coming off the bench, he wouldn't provide the impact that you need in the game. So I wouldn't, I'm not too sure. Do you know how many times I see us breaking, like, and then he's trying to pick up the ball, and I'm seeing like, everyone he wants to score a goal, throwing on past him. Like, he just plays like a number 10 all the time, like, but anyway.
I think sometimes it does help sometimes players like that do help the winger because they can get into space because he obviously he pulls out.
I'm not saying anything negative about it, but like when you need someone to say,
I know, yeah. I know what you mean about him, because I like him as well as a player, because it's just a shame that he doesn't get into the box enough and he doesn't get more goals. Because in terms of the attributes, his touch, his quality, see what I'm saying? He can hold up the ball really well, can find a pass if you want him to, but it's just a Harry Kane that doesn't get goals, really. That's the only. No, I'm not saying he's as good as Harry Kane, but that's the type of player he is. He just doesn't get enough goals.
But I think it's hard though, because if you want someone to come as a backup to Sesko,
I don't want to say backup to challenge him. It doesn't necessarily have to be a backup. That's why I said Ollie Watkins. I don't think Ollie Watkins won't come with the attitude of being a backup. Because I don't think we have enough money to go and splash 100 million plus on a striker. We don't have that. So, but you still want same time spend a reasonable amount, get a quality striker that will challenge him, that will keep Sesko on his toes. Because Sesko's still only 22, by the way. Don't forget that. So there's still opportunities for him to grow. Like that was last season was his season.
Yeah, I was coming from an angle of the striker you get for that budget amount. Is he going to even end up being better than Cunha up top, Rashford up top, and Mbeumo up top? That's kind of what I was thinking. If you get it for
not
that,
necessarily, but it's an option, because ideally we don't really want to be moving those other guys, because they might be coming off the wing. But we still need another striker, because Zirkzee is not going to be an impactful player for us. So no point having Zirkzee. So the purpose is just to sell Zirkzee and get an impactful player. If you we're in the Champions League, bro, it doesn't matter if we have Cunha that can play in that position, and Mbeumo can play in that position. You want quality for quality. You don't win anything just playing it safe. Oh, we got Cunha that can play there, so we can put Cunha there if we need. No, we want to be able to everyone in their position to be challenging each other. I want Cunha and Rashford to be fighting for that game on the left hand side. I want Mbeumo and Ahmad to be fighting for their position, and then Sesko to be fighting. If, let's say, for example, Ollie Watkins, I want him to be fighting Ollie Watkins. So everyone should be fighting for the position. No one should be safe. Same thing with our midfield. I was saying about Kobe. Now Kobe's got to fight Tielemans for his position. We should got to get someone else that Santos has got to be fighting for. No one should be safe. Like when you get to this level, nobody should be safe.
Yeah. The other thing is sometimes players just throw their toys at the pram and say, "I'm not playing."
As long as we're winning games, we don't care about it.
Yeah.
That's that minute. It's the reality of football, though. The honest truth is that is the reality of football. Yeah, and exactly. That's down to, and it goes back to what we're saying about Myles Lewis-Skelly as well. Is that because we're in the Champions League, ideally there should be enough games for these players to play.
And to be fair, like, when you hear about like top level athletes, like as in they love that competition to drive them in it. So I don't think it's a negative thing anyway. Like they say, oh, they see this guy come through the door, I have to prove that I'm playing. So that's what we want. That's what Tom's saying.
Yeah, because you could use the same argument with Santos, right? Because it was Caicedo and Enzo, so you could say, oh, Santos should fight for his place. And he got games here and there, but it wasn't enough for him, so he ended up wanting to leave. So while sometimes it does sound like a good idea in theory, sometimes the players are like, you know what, like.
No, but during the season, like he still tried to fight for his place. And that's what you want. I think that's what Tom's saying. Like, if come the end of the season, you want to leave, fair enough, cool. But
But then Santos still played a lot of games. I think Santos played over 30 games for you last season. That's a lot of games.
Saying, and he still wanted to leave. Do you know what I'm
saying? What I'm saying? But don't forget, we're a bigger team than you as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reality of it. It's just the reality of it. No, it's just the reality of it. That I'm not. I think I should be playing at Chelsea.
League and they're not.
See what I'm saying? He's probably thinking I should be playing at Chelsea. Caicedo's on form, fair enough. He just saw that Casemiro's just left United, and that's a bigger club. They're playing Champions League. It's a great opportunity for him. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the I think it's more the circumstances of that than anything.
if at the end of the season he was saying I want to leave, blah 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 blah, that's a different story. But the opportunity came around, and as I say, like as in, it weren't during the season. Like as in during the season, I think you want that competition between everyone.
Yeah, so I just think there's a circumstance at that point. I'm thinking there's opportunity there at Manchester United. Why not? So it's not that he's going to come to United and still not get challenged, because we're probably going to sign someone else anyway that's going to challenge him. But in his mind, he's thinking there's nothing there at the moment. I have an opportunity to put my footprint in that position. And which he's doing really well in pre-season. He's doing like every game I've seen him play, you would have thought. And one thing I like about him, he's playing way beyond his age.
Till you guys buy Tchouameni and he's on the bench. I'm joking. I'm joking.
I'll just like Tchouameni like that. Let him come.
Yeah, like this. I think personally, I feel if you play European football, I think there should be enough game as long as the manager utilizes squad really well for everyone to get games. But the problem is the manager still should also know who his first 11 is, regardless. So that's I think that's where we are. Yeah. But yeah, man. But yeah, no, we'll see. But I'm not worried at the moment. But coming towards the ending of the window, if we don't bring anyone in, then that's when, as I said, because I've analyzed our first 5 games, what we have right now, we should be able to get through our first 5 games. So if we can bring the players in, then we have 3 weeks. They have 3 weeks of international, 3 weeks off. Hopefully some of them don't go to international, some of them stay and still be able to train. Then they will be ready to get going. We just got to make sure we get enough points with the first. We've been blessed with our first 5 games. I'll be honest with you. If I'm Michael Carrick, I'm looking at our first 5 games, that the players should be looking at this. This is a great opportunity for us to have a good start.
Yeah, no, wait, just don't let Hull shock you on that first day of the season.
If we lose to Hull or anything happens against Hull or Ipswich, for me, it's not we didn't get signings in.
That is true.
It's not about the signings. What we have now to be good enough to beat Hull and Ipswich is nothing to do with that. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that will be the first thing. This fan base will start doing, like saying, "Oh, we should have brought in this, that." That shouldn't matter when you're playing Hull and Ipswich, bro.
Yeah, you should even be able to play guys like Myles Lewis-Skelly and still win games again. That's when you bring in your bench warmers.
It's funny how you guys forgot that we played against you and left back and beat you lot. So
you know what I'm gonna do? I should have put my every time he's sitting on the bench. I think he should be carrying like some sort of badge.
I stand by what I said.
200 million.
I stand by what I said. We start at 200, and if you don't want to buy him, come in at 125.
What's the world record? What's Neymar's price? Neymar's at
198 or something like that.
192.
Well, that's euros, isn't it?
Yeah. So
but that was so long ago.
So break the world record for Myles Lewis-Skelly, right?
You're misunderstanding what I'm saying. I say we start at 200, and if you don't want to buy him, you start at like 120, and then we meet somewhere in the middle, and that's his value. That's what I was saying.
So we're getting for 150 at the middle. Get out of here, man. Get out of here. All right, cool. Just one last bit. Liverpool signed what's the name? Aroa? Is that how you pronounce his name?
What's his name? I call him Aroa.
Yeah. What you guys saying about him? I think it's a good smart signing for them. I'll be honest with you. Don't you think so? Don't you reckon?
I don't put many bets on. I'm putting bets that he gets more than 5 red cards before December.
I'm putting bets that he gets injured and misses bare of the season.
Yeah, he gets injured a lot. And he's ill-tempered as well. You're both right about that. You're both right about that.
To be fair,
he's a good player.
He's a good player. He's a good defender as well.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's with Barca, they kind of I don't think Hansi Flick really fancied him that much, especially last season, innit? So this is like his opportunity to rebuild himself, innit? So and especially being in the Premier League as well. So yeah,
I was surprised because he captained the team a few times last season. So I was surprised like they just wanted him to go like that. But I suppose Barcelona needs to raise money somehow. So and
they're also they're young defenders as well, weren't they? Like they were.
Yeah, and they've got good young defenders. But I suppose they just probably need someone to sell someone with value. And so
it's got to like 34 mil, which to be fair, it's good business.
No, but it's not even a sell though; it's a loan.
Yeah, I know it's a loan that can potentially be is it obligation? I don't know what the conditions are, but it can be up to 50 mil.
I think that's optional though.
Oh, is it optional?
But also, part of me doesn't want Liverpool to. I hate Barca the way they're doing business, man. We should like they're trying to get Rodri 50 mil. They're trying to like they didn't pay 26 mil for Rashford. Let people come and show them how to do business in this transfer market.
Yeah,
the way
they paid an arm and leg for Gordon.
Yeah, fair enough.
For who?
Anthony Gordon.
The maddest thing, like, is in that weren't even Newcastle's highest. Like he's probably one of the highest potential. But
Newcastle might be in trouble though this season. Though there might be. They might as well just let it. All this they don't want to sell anymore. Bro, you're in trouble already. You're in deep water. You might as well sell Lewis Hall. What difference would it make? You're in deep water. You're in deep water. But how much do you take the young man with you? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to take him with you?
Listen, let them get relegated, and the next season Lewis Hall will be cheaper.
Bro, I don't get it, bro. Like, you're in deep water. You just want the man to drown with you, bro. Let him go. I don't understand.
No, but they have to look like, because remember, Newcastle like to give the appearance that they're a big club.
Yeah.
No,
the fan base are like that as well.
Yeah, I don't understand how they can think that they are a big club. Like, they're not a big club. Like, stop that. So because they think that they're a big club, they like to no, we'll keep our players. Stop it. Us, we want to take your players, we'll take them. So Man United, go take those all. Show them who you are.
All right, cool. All right, look, boys, this is the last. I believe this might be our last transfer conversation. Maybe you might do one before the transfer window close. I might do, if we all individually sign like a player, a big name, we'll obviously jump on separately and talk about the signing. But because the league starts next week, we're going to be back to regular business. Our next episode,
predictions are next week.
Yeah, our next episode will be our predictions. So get ready. I'm going to send you all the talking points. Start getting your brain working. I would love to see at the end of the season who gets the closest with the prediction, because I'm gonna make sure I save it. And I save it. Any wild one, I'll send you all the talking points anywhere ahead, and we'll do our prediction. Yeah, do our pre-season conversation before the season starts on Friday. I can't wait for it. It should be good, and then we'll be back to our regular schedule on Sundays as well, which will be good. And us Champions League lot will also have midweek conversations, but we'll meet you every Sunday, Abib, not so you don't feel left out.
I'll just be there shining my Club World Cup anyway. More time to keep it clean, innit?
Keep shining it. To be fair, we have one of those anyway, so it might be the old version, but we have something. Do you have one?
Or reigning.
I have a Premier League title.
Fair. The last time I checked, though, the world was bigger than England.
I have the title that you want. How about that?
I'm just saying. I just checked my geography the other day, and it
but
said
nobody
the world
wants
was
that title.
than...
Nobody wants that trophy. The one you want, I have. Can you come and take it from me?
Hey,
all right, man.
Xabi Alonso, you heard the call.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. The Premier League is almost here, so we're going to be back with a lot more content, a lot more recording. boys, we need to have a separate meeting and commit and decide how much hours we're going to commit. But we'll be back anyway, and we'll talk about that offline. All right, people, we out. Peace.